Welcome back to another episode of Random YouTubers Screaming into the Ether. Today I want to discuss another fundamental aspect of the universe of Gunnm, that being what exactly is chi. Now, chi is a term first introduced to us by Josh Gunn during the Motorball arc, and throughout the rest of the series, it is expanded on with time. So let's start with what we know about chi. Chi, also known as will, and according to Destinova, it's part of Karmatron theory. Josh Gunn explains that the outcome of a battle is decided by chi, and that it can turn one's willpower into possibilities. Effectively, the more chi you have, the more willpower you have, the more possible futures in which you win is created. And we know this is just how Gunnm's reality works. Nova himself states that every object imparts its karma onto every other object around it, and there are beings that have higher and lower amounts of karma, Alita being an example of one that has really high karma. Later, when Alita, Pingwu, and Portanova talk to the computerized Caerula inside of Melgendek, it is discussed that the reason Caerula chose Alita to hold the Fata Morgana was because she was an outsider with a unique perception. And perceptions are what create possible futures, and Alita's unique perceptions will create unique outcomes. Whereas a more conformist individual, according to Portanova, would just make dead-end possibilities. A little later, this is reinforced again as Pingwu states that Mambadi, using the unanimous system to control the minds of thousands, was really using it for the purpose of generating favorable futures for himself. Quite literally, the amount of karma one has and their personal perception changes the world around them. It is what Don Fao himself described as imagination control, or in power scaling terms, a form of causality manipulation, if you will. But I can tell some of you are skeptical. If chi really is as broken as I say, has it been used combatively in Gunnm? Well, yes, it has. When Alita was killed by Supernova, Melgendek states Alita had been killed both in body and soul. Alita just stopped existing. However, her karma, her impact on other beings still remained, and somehow it was that karmic impact that allowed Alita to revive in her Imaginos 2.0 state. Then we have Caerula Sangwis, who completely exploits how karma works. She's able to perceive every possible timeline, of which we discussed and shown that there are infinite of, from 100 moves ahead of her opponents, and by using the Death Gate is able to ignore coincidence, positional advantage, and psychology, which again, psychology, the human mind, perception, that is what creates karma to begin with. And Caerula can just ignore it and making it impossible to escape her move, unless divine destiny gets in the way. One final example is during Toji's final fight with Alita. Alita actually kills him. However, Toji had been boiled down to his sheer will to live, that he rewrote time and space, something even Alita noticed, to make it so where he killed her instead. If that isn't proof enough, I don't know what is. There are some other examples, such as the fact that characters like Nova and Alita use their karma every day to manipulate their atomic structure. It's how Alita managed to use her plasma attacks, for example, with the Imaginos body. It doesn't even have the organs inside of it to make plasma. But you get the point. Chi, will, karma, however you call it, is a driving force in the Gunnm universe. Effectively, every character has a level of causality manipulation. It influences how the world around them works, and between you and me, it would be a nightmare for other fictional characters to stand up to Gunnm characters. That's all for today. See you later, I suppose.